I never thought a baby shower could end with me wanting to crawl under a table and disappear, but here we are. My brother's fiancée, Lindsay, just announced she's pregnant, twins, at my baby shower, while I'm sitting there, 3 months into IVF hell, trying not to cry over the congratulations cards. And then she dropped the bomb that made my stomach twist. She said she wanted to name the babies after me and my husband. I'm not kidding. She actually said that. Like it's some kind of gift to us. Let's back up. My name's Allison. I'm 32, married to Dawn. 34. We've been trying to get pregnant for years. Years. The emotional roller coaster, the hormone shots, the disappointment after every failed cycle, it's exhausting. When I finally found out I was pregnant, I thought everything would finally feel normal. I thought the world would let me have this one perfect moment. Noppy. Enter Lindsay, my brother's fiancée, the human hurricane of attention. She's the type of person who can't stand anyone else being happy without making it about her. Birthdays, weddings, promotions, you name it. But I figured, okay, maybe she'd tone it down for my shower. I was wrong. So, we're all sitting there, me opening gifts and trying to smile through my nerves. And suddenly Lindsay stands up, raises her glass like she's about to give some heartfelt toast. Sweet, right, wrong. She starts with, I'm so happy for Allison and Dawn. And I almost relax. But then she grins, leans in, and says, and since I have some news, I'm pregnant too, twins. And to make this even more special, we've decided to honor Allison and Dawn by naming our babies after them. She looked at me like I should burst into tears of joy. I didn't. I just froze. And what? Naming your kids after me and my husband. At our baby shower, I felt my stomach drop. The room went silent for a second, then people clapped awkwardly. I don't even know if anyone else realized how insane that was. After the initial shock, I pulled her aside. Lindsay, I know you're excited, but you can't name your kids after us. It's weird. It's confusing, and honestly, it's inappropriate. I thought she'd apologize. I thought maybe she'd understand. She didn't. Lindsay got defensive, of course. I just thought it would be sweet. I'm honoring you. She actually said that. Honoring us by making our names a permanent part of her life, whether we liked it or not. She went on about how I was jealous and insecure, how my IVF struggles were clouding my judgment, and that I was ruining her special moment. And some family members, not all, were nodding along, like maybe I was the problem here. Looking back, I think that was my first real gut punch. I had spent years fighting to have a baby, dreaming about this day, and it got hijacked. By my own family. At my own baby shower. Things didn't stop there. Lindsay started posting cryptic stuff on social media about toxic family members, jealousy, and how hard it is to share happiness with certain people. I didn't respond. I tried. I thought if I stayed quiet, it would blow over. But then she texted. Little passive-aggressive things at first, like, hope you've given the name thing more thought. And then it escalated to full-blown guilt-tripping. I can't believe you're making this about you when I'm so happy. It got worse when my brother tried to mediate. They had a family meeting at our parents' house. Lindsay cried, wailed, claimed she was being persecuted, that all she wanted was to honor us, and that I was destroying her joy. My husband Dan finally spoke up. This isn't about sides or feelings. It's about boundaries. We're not comfortable with this. That's it, Lindsay stormed out, crying and screaming about how mean I was being. But here's the kicker. She didn't even let it go. 2 weeks later, she sends a family group text. Baby names. She officially announced them. And guess what? They were Erica and Daniel. Not exactly Allison and Dawn, but close enough that everyone could make the connection. I didn't even have words. I thought, maybe if I ignore it, she move on. Nappy. She started casually dropping the names in conversation at family gatherings, smirking like she won some passive-aggressive va. I was furious, exhausted, and honestly terrified about how this was going to affect holidays, birthdays, and basically every future family gathering. And then it hit me. Lindsay wasn't going to stop, ever. She was playing a long game. And I had no idea how to even fight it without becoming the mean sister-in-law. Maybe, just maybe, I had to cut her off before she completely took over my life. After the baby shower fiasco, I thought things might calm down a bit. I was wrong. Lindsay doubled down. Social media posts, cryptic texts, little digs at every family gathering. She was relentless. Every mention of Erica and Daniel felt like a punch in the gut, like she was daring me to react. I wanted to scream, but instead, I just kept my head down, trying not to let her see how much it hurt. Then came the grocery store incident. I was out for a quick run, baby in the carrier, trying to get a few things before nap time. I hear, Allison. I freeze. It's Lindsay, and she's grinning like she's about to declare war. At first, I think maybe she passed by. Nope. She starts lecturing me about how I'm destroying the family, how I'm keeping her from her rightful place in our son's life, and how unfair it is that I don't just let her enjoy this. I tried to walk away, but she followed me down the aisle. Every step, she piled on more guilt. My hormones must be making me cruel. I must be jealous. I'm the reason her twins are struggling. And then she said it, the one that made me want to crawl under the nearest shelf. Your son will grow up knowing exactly what kind of person you are. I couldn't move. My hands were shaking so badly I couldn't hold my grocery list. Finally up, locked my car and called a cab. By the time I got home, I felt like he'd run a marathon. But my chest was still tight. I told Don everything. He didn't say much at first, just listened. Then he called Lindsay directly. I could hear snippets, him laying it out clearly, telling her enough was enough, that we were done being her emotional punching bag. That call was the turning point. Lindsay went silent for a while. No texts, no posts, no nothing. For a few days, I dared to hope. Maybe this was over. Maybe we could finally breathe. But hope doesn't last long with Lindsay. Fast forward a week, Eric, and I had a quiet Sunday at home. Baby napped. We were finally relaxing. Then a knock at the door. I peeked through the window. Lindsay, standing there, arms crossed, smiling like nothing had happened. I just wanted to see the baby, she said sweetly. I didn't answer. Dan stepped in, firm. Now is not a good time. You've crossed boundaries too many times already. She pouted, made a little noise like a child, and left. But of course, she didn't leave quietly. A week later, the entire family gets another round of cryptic messages from her this time, claiming she's being excluded. That we're punishing her for naming her kids in a way that honors us. Some family members even bought it. Some texted me saying, maybe you should just let her have this. I wanted to scream. I had let her have this. I had tried to set boundaries, tried to reason, tried to stay calm. But no, she had to spin it like I'm the villain. Then came the hospital incident. When our son was born, I wanted a peaceful first few hours. Just me, Dawn, and the baby. Lindsay somehow got wind of it and showed up unannounced. No call, no respect for the rules of the hospital, nothing. I had to ask the nurses to enforce policy she was not allowed in. She texted, she tried to guilt me, and she even got Dan's mom involved. It was exhausting. Every time I thought we could settle, she'd find a new way to inject chaos. I realized, finally, that this wasn't about babies or names. This was about control, about attention, about proving something to everyone around her. And no amount of reasoning would change that. Dawn and I decided enough was enough. We blocked her on everything. Social media, texts, calls done. And we told the family, if they want updates from us, fine. But no more enabling her manipulative antics. It's been weeks now. Lindsay hasn't reached out. Some part of me feels relief, like a weight has lifted. But there's also this gnawing uncertainty, because I know she's stewing. I know she's telling people her version, painting herself as the victim, making herself out to be the misunderstood hero of some twisted family saga. And I can't help but wonder, did we do the right thing? Could we have handled it differently? Some people say I went too far. Others think we didn't go far enough. All I know is that Dan and I are finally focusing on our family, on our baby. Even if we hard to build, Lindsay may be a storm in our past. But right now, we're finally finding our calm. Honestly, part of me is waiting just a little for the next move. And I know, deep down, it's not over.